Hello everyone, myself Naman Gokhru from BTech CE and my topic of presentation is planning. So, first of all, what is planning? Planning is an intellectual process which lays down an organization's objectives and develops various courses of action. It is the fundamental management function which involves deciding beforehand what is to be done, when is to be done, how is to be done, and who is going to do it. It helps us to take a peep into the future and decide in advance the way to deal with the situations which we are going to encounter in future. It involves logical thinking and rational decision making. It is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. A manager has to answer 4 basic questions while formulating a plan. The first one is, where are we now? The second one is, where do we want to be? The third one is, gap between where we are and where we want to be. And the last one is, how do we get there? Moving on, here comes the quote by Benjamin Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Or you can understand it as, by failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Moving on, let us look out the nature of planning. The first one is, planning is goal-oriented. Plans arise from objectives. Objectives provide guidelines for planning. The second one is, it is a primary function, which means planning provides the basis foundation from which all future management functions arise. The third one says, it is mental activity. Planning is a mental process involving imagination, foresightedness, and sound judgment. Plans are based on careful analysis of internal and external factors influencing business activities. It is carried out in a logical and systematic manner. Next point says, it is a continuous process. It is an ongoing process of adapting the organization with the changes in business environment. Since a business exists in a dynamic environment, it is necessary to continuously plan based on changing business needs and situations. Next point says, it involves choice. It is essentially a choice among various alternative course of action. A manager has to select the best alternative after careful analysis and evaluation. The next point says, it is flexible. Planning is based on future forecast of events and situations. Since future is uncertain, plans are flexible enough to adapt with future change of events. Next point says, it is an integrated process. Plans are structured in a systematic and logical sequence where each plan or step is highly interdependent and mutually supportive. The next point says, it is forward-looking. Planning means looking ahead and preparing for the future. It involves analysis of the future needs and requirements of the business and preparing for it. The next point says, it includes effective and efficient dimensions. Plans aim at optimum utilization of resources to be efficient and are based on predetermined objectives to measure effectiveness of the plan. Moving on, let us now understand the planning process. First of all, there is establishment of objectives. It involves identification of goals and objectives of the organization. Second comes the developing premises. Premises are assumptions about the environment in which plans are made and implemented. Thus, assumptions about market demand, cost of raw material, technology to be used, population growth, etc. are to be made while formulating a plan. Third comes the evaluating and selection of alternatives. Changes in the external environment pose different alternatives for organizations to carry out a particular task. Different alternatives are evaluated against factors like costs, risks, and benefits involved in following a specific course of action, and the best alternative is chosen. Fourth comes the formulating derivative plans. Derivative plans are secondary plans formulated to support the basic plan. Example, detailed plans formulated for various departments, units, activities, etc. Derivative plans indicate the time schedule and sequence of performing various tasks. Fifth comes the securing cooperation and participation. Managers must involve people from various departments and take their suggestions and criticisms to rectify the defects in the plan if any. Participation of employees in formulation of plan motivates them to carry out the plan with best of their abilities. Next and the last one is providing for follow-up. Plans are constantly reviewed to ensure their relevance and effectiveness with the changing dynamics in the business environment. It helps to develop sound plans for the future and avoiding mistakes that surface after or while implementing a plan. Moving on, let us now talk about the approaches to planning. Let us first discuss about the top-down approach. Authority and responsibility is centralized at the top. The top management defines the mission and lays down strategies and plans of action required to achieve stated goals. The blueprint of the plan is passed on to the people working at lower levels who do not participate in the planning process. The success of this approach depends upon the qualification, experience, and capabilities of top management. Let us now talk about the bottom-up approach. Lower level managers are responsible for preparation and implementation of plans. They make functional plans which are approved by top management. Moving on, let us now first talk about the composite approach. In such an approach, the lower and middle management is responsible of drafting out plans in accordance with the guidelines and boundaries stated by top management. Every plan is up for a discussion and debate, and a middle path is chosen to facilitate smooth implementation of plans. Now, let us talk about the team approach. In such an approach, a team of managers having relevant experience and skills in various functional areas are assigned the job of planning. The plans are then approved by the top management. Moving on, let us now talk about the types of planning. Formal and informal planning. Formal plans. It is a well-planned document with written record of what the organization intends to do within a given time frame. Next is the informal plans. It is an unstructured, poorly designed plan which are orally communicated and not even recorded. Next comes the functional and corporate planning. Functional planning. It involves planning for a particular unit, deals with parts such as marketing, finance, production, HR in a related manner. Corporate planning. It is a comprehensive plan that outlines the broad objectives of a company. Moving on, the next comes proactive and reactive planning. Proactive. Managers anticipate the challenges and risks of the future and prepare alternative plans and take suitable steps in order to adapt with unforeseen changes. Reactive plans. Manager plans to react to an external event if occurred. You can also look to the image below, where it represents completing frontline employee tasks is the most reactive plan, and whereas the business planning is the most proactive plan. Moving on, let us now look to the importance of planning. It provides direction. It focuses on organizational objectives and goals. It helps in optimum utilization of resources. It reduces risks of uncertainty. It facilitates decision making. It encourages innovation and creativity. It facilitates control. It establishes a sound organization. It improves standard of living of people. It reduces the overall cost. Thank you.